Hello and welcome back to a humble look at Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales. A humble look at is the series where we take a look at the 8 or so games included in the monthly Humble Choice Bundle and see whether despite the discount, we're still getting ripped off. Today we are looking at Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales.
Come on, get them shackles off him. Oh, son can't eat proper.
Dunno, I'm not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. What are you up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen...
So first things first, before we get into the rest of the game, that cutscene, those handcuffs we saw, yeah, not top period appropriate. Those are from the really late 1800s, early 1900s. They're not at all appropriate for a medieval era setting. So let's jump into a new... Ooh! Fancy animation. Very nice. Ooh, Option to skip battles. Yeah, let's go for the middling difficulty. Fighting Frost. Every turn on turn start damage the lowest unit on this row by 2. Best thing about Frost, bodies of the fallen don't rot so quickly.
The year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Neve, Queen of the Twin Realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? Ah. As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Neve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
Hail, Your Majesty. Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so.
So what we can see is some good old cel-shaded animation style. The promotional material is actually quite reminiscent of The Walking Dead, but the stylistic choices don't seem quite as strong now that we're actually in-game. Which, I'll be honest, feels like a good thing. I was not terribly keen on the cel-shading and whatnot in the promotional material for the game itself. I might pop something up here. But yeah, the characters are looking much better. Well, especially the character of the Queen. Caldwell looks like he's been dead for a week. So I think that's intentional. Let's find out.
The strays of Spala, the bandits, I was to tend to during your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Steady, Caldwell. Come now. Deep breath. All right. Speak. What has happened? Be precise.
Okay, so we just had a choice there on what to say to him, and oh, wow, the dialogue after it is appalling. Like, clearly you can tell this is the section that's inserted after whatever little branching dialogue we had, but wow, that flow is bad.
As your grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
Well, that's a fuck up, mate. Did you not think to station any scouts or picket riders or anything?
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
Oh no, not the tax collectors. Whatever shall we do if the tax collectors get killed by bandits?
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, your grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be your grace's wish.
After weeks in the saddle, your grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it.
Oh, excellent. We're taking command of some forces, so I'm looking forward to our little tutorial battle. Haven't looked into what the combat system's like too hard in this game, so I'm very excited to see.
Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't
some
ready in the
isometric
least to
2D.
rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Welcome to the Thronebreaker tutorial. Before embarking on your adventure, you should get acquainted with basic game mechanics. And before we do that, let's have a look at the art. And so, yeah, some stuff's 2D. Oh, that boat looks like it's 3D, floating there in the water. Our character model looks like it's cel-shaded 3D as well. But the background, definitely 2D for much of it, but again, the trees might be somewhat 3D. So very interesting stylistic choices. In the top right we have assorted currencies, gold, wood of some description, and 40 helmets that are troop strength. The game will probably explain that to us shortly. You can control your character using the left mouse button. Follow the cobblestone road to reach the next stage of your journey. Yep, click to move, and then, yeah, 3D character. Ooh, there is wood to pick up. But we can't get through that particular part of the fence, so we'll continue onwards. Yes, we can click and hold to just get our character to keep running. You'll expand your army throughout the game, but to do so you must collect the following types of resources: gold, wood, and recruits. Okay, I was pretty close on. On the road you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. Ooh, companions. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. Well, of course. Yes. Okay, well, that thing should be here. Yes, here we go. Right click. Right hold. Yeah, I don't know what I think about right holding.
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in.
So, this is a little town, Miller's Bend. Come on, Queenie, get over there. So you can collect the wood and gold. So we can collect 28 wood from a big stack like that, and from our flagpole we can collect 10 recruits. Excellent. And of course we have a little commoner here to talk to again. Oh. Could you make up your mind, game, whether we're staying close enough or not?
Milka. They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold.
Oh, lovely.
Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Congratulations, we found a treasure map. Search the area and you may just find the secret location marked on the map with an X. So what do we have here? We've got a little barney shacky shed thing. Assorted trees. Cut down tree. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to find, should it? Hopefully. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Ooh, a little farmland over there that we can't get to. So our quest is a bit of return. Go to Hawkspur. An obstacle blocks our path. To remove it, we will need to spend some of our resources. Before we do, we'll just pop down here to see if there's anything. Ah, yes, here we go. There's that little shack with the stump we were looking for. And we will dig for treasure. That's an impressive chest. Nice one to get going. Ooh, loot found. Congratulations, you've discovered a card that can be used in the Gwent multiplayer card game. Reynard Odo. I think that that looks suspiciously like the sidekick we had earlier in the cutscene. So let's see. Right click on this log. Your Majesty, it seems someone's felled an old oak which now blocks the road. Unfortunately, our wagons cannot go around it. How do you wish to proceed? Have loggers sort the matter? Outsiders should conserve their strength, minus 25 gold, plus 50 wood, or issue access to the soldiers and put them to work, minus 1 recruit, plus 25 wood. Well, we've got a hell of a lot more gold, and we could use 50 wood. Let's have the loggers do it. There we go. And what do we have along here? Just some more path. Now, most interactive objects are marked clearly on your map, but not all. Some events cannot be predicted, so you best be prepared for anything.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Well, at least our queen is no coward, leading from the front and all that. Ooh, we're into the battle now. So what do we got? The road's edge. Meve was convinced the bandits had fled to the cover of the forest upon realizing their grave mistake. After all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen. Yet the strays of Spola were of a different breed. They held nothing sacred. So this is a story battle. A key battle in Meve's story. Unique cards may appear in a hand or deck. And yes, custom deck. Unique cards will appear in this battle. Oh god, they've got dog masks on. They're furries. Get them. Get them all. Leave no survivors. Let's go into the battle. We must eliminate the furries. Oh boy, that's a loading screen. This is the battlefield. You will play your cards on the bottom half and your opponent will play on the top. Card butlers. Fuck, I hate card butlers. Hopefully they do it well in this game though. Units can be played on one of two rows, melee or ranged, but remember the abilities of some cards may be different depending on the row you play them. A stand battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Oh, Christ, okay. Players alternate their turns. During your turn, you can play only 1 card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who goes first in a match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encounter an ambush, so your opponent will have the first turn. A stray slinger.
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
The strength of each unit you play adds to the army's total strength. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor absorbs a certain amount of damage dealt to the unit.
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Most cards have an ability of some kind. To learn more about it, select the card and read its short description. Additional information will appear if you right-click on the card. Play any card. Well, any of our cards will definitely win. Do we want an Arbalest with 3 armor? A Lyrian Scytheman, who's loyal and boosts self by 5? Or Count Caldwell? Deploy. Play a copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. Interesting. Right. If we right-click on him, yeah. Deploy. Trigger this ability when played. Okay. And here's the subline. Your Majesty, for the Queen to question commoners. Well, it's simply not proper. Wait, just... Oh, God. He's got himself a little fluffy yapper. Oh, dear. So, the Lyrian Arbalest. Deploy. Damage an enemy by the number of cards on this row, including self. Reach 2. And Loyal boosts self by 5. And what's that? Loyal. Trigger this ability automatically when your leader's ability is used. Well, I think the Scythemen are the appropriate choice, and we can play them onto the front line.
There's a tighter salt of the earth they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
Scythemen have the Loyal ability, which means that their other abilities are activated every time you use Maeve's ability. Yes. Okay. I didn't notice these guys at first, but over here on the left we have our commanders, I guess. We have ourselves, the Queen, and Mr. Dog McGimp over here with his little dagger. Continuing, each leader has its own unique ability. To learn what it is, just select the leader. Maeve's ability allows her to boost your strength and add armor to it. You can use this ability once every few turns. Ooh, strength and armor. Choose Maeve's ability, first select her, then select one of your units. Oh yeah, here we go. Boost an ally by 4 and give it 1 armor. Cooldown 3. Well, let's give that to our scythe fuckers.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
They really are dogs, aren't they? If you cannot make any more moves, it's time to end your turn. Okay, play any card. So, if we deploy Count Caldwell, his deployability places a copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. So from our deck, does that mean we get a free Lyrian Arbalest when we deploy him? Or does it mean we get another Scytheman? Okay, it means we get another Scytheman. So Count Caldwell's ability allows him to summon from the deck copies of the cards that are adjacent to him. His ability is activated the moment he is played. So excellent. That is helpful, especially if you've got special units. That's very handy. So, okay, what now, game? We've deployed him. We just get to end turn? No, that's not selected. Can't do anything with the card we just summoned by the looks of it. Or can we? Okay, it is selected. Let's pop that next to him. Okay, that makes more sense.
The strays took tail and run.
So, what was this? Strays Cavalry. That's an interesting card. Strays are growing bolder. They're stealing horses from the bloody royal stables. So there you go. Turn your turn, press the coin button. Okay.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
Yeah. Your opponent's cards also have abilities. Be sure to read their descriptions carefully and adapt your strategy accordingly. Play any card. Well, don't really have much choices. We can either try and select something from the deck, or we can deploy our Lyrian Arbalest. Well, that damages an enemy by the number of cards in this row, including self. I think that's the same. No, the Singer's deploy is move 1 unit to the row opposite this unit and damage it by 1. Okay. So that's what they did to our Scythemen. But because the Scythemen are now in this row, that means we can pop our Arbalest there and do some damage. Ooh, actually, If damage an enemy by the number of cards on this row, including self. Okay, let's try something. If we deploy this guy to the front line and attack one of the strays, will that attack directly to health or to health through armor?
All I need.
Okay, that was armor first, but still,
victory is assured. Sound the horns.
an
May
excellent
they sing
attack.
praises of this triumph for ages.
When you've played all your cards, the end turn button will turn into a pass button. When you pass, you'll not be able to perform any actions until the start of your next turn. To end the last turn of a round, press the coin button. Well, it's not just press, it's press and hold. Well, can we do anything on the deck? Okay, we can just examine what's in it. They'll click and hold for pass. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of a round will win the round. In the event of a tie, both players will receive a victory point. Well, I hope we're winning with our 37.
The battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive.
So at the end of each turn, everything gets thrown into the discard
Battle
slot.
formation! Protect the queen!
And then we have to choose again. The player who won the previous round will play first in the next round. So that should be us. What do we want to deploy? Well, I think we'll deploy our Scytheman again.
Should have listened to me old lady.
And so their loyal boosts self by 5 and activates when we use our Queen's ability, which has a cooldown 3. So when we use our Queen's ability on the Scytheman, they then use their ability, which is why we get like 14 or something. So that's helpful. Yes. We cannot make any more moves, so it's time to end turn.
That bit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Yeah, so there's like slingers throwing us to different lines on the battlefield again. Play any card. Well, that's going to be an arbalist.
Give me it.
And we're going to attack you, which... hopefully? Can we not attack you? Why can we not attack you? That's interesting. Do we have to be in line with you? That's annoying. But okay. We will end the turn. More cavalry's back. And whenever an enemy takes damage, boosts self by 1. Okay. That's their abilities. But we will instead get another of our little arbalists. And we will throw that at the Stride Slinger again. Nothing more we can do, so we select pass.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Yep. And yeah, we've won 2 rounds in a row, which means we're the battle's victor. Congratulations.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Neve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road before.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Ooh, so we get to pick up some spoils of war, do we? Oh, get over there, for God's sake. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this clicky garbage. If you click and hold too long, it treats it as constant movement, so it immediately stops your character as soon as you start clicking. So it needs to be a quick click on the location you want to go to. And then hold right click to pick up the junk.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
Okay, we're pitching camp. To survey your army, must first pitch camp by pressing the tent button on the left side of the screen. So let's have a look at that mechanic. Camp buildings allow you to expand your army and give you access to important information. So we get more of those as we go, do we? Okay, interesting. Most camp buildings can be improved in your workshop. These improvements will give you access to stronger units, thus easing your journey down the line. Enter the workshop. Okay. Here you can build and improve camp buildings. To improve your camp buildings, you must first collect the appropriate quantity of gold and wood. To adjourn, you'll definitely need access to a regional map, but to get, you first need to improve your raw tent. Upgrade the raw tent to level 2. So that will cost us 1,000 gold and 50 wood, and of course we have more than enough, being in the tutorial. Oh god, we've got click and hold again. Come on, game. Thanks to this improvement, you now have access to the regional map, which you can open from the main game screen. The workshop itself can also be improved. With each subsequent improvement, you will gain access to new, stronger units. Go to the command tent to view our army. Okay. So which one of these is the command tent? This is the command tent. Loading deck. In the command tent, you can create units and build your army from available cards. Improving this building will increase your army's recruit cap, allowing you to use stronger units. Cards currently in your deck are displayed on the left-hand side. All cards available to you to create and place in your deck are displayed on the main screen. You can gain access to new cards by upgrading your training grounds and workshop as well, through certain story-related tasks. Grayed out cards are available but have not yet been created. You must first create them before you can include them in your deck. Your deck must contain a minimum of 25 cards or not exceed your army's recruit cap. Currently, your recruit cap sits at 125 points. To create new cards, you need a particular resource, recruits. You can gain recruits at conscription posts, which are marked on the map with the helmet icon, as well as through certain story-related tasks. You receive an additional resources to recruit a Wagenberg card. Right-click now on Wagenberg to preview and recruit it. So which one is that? Okay, it's literally a wagon with archers in it. So, where is it? Right here. Order, damage all units on an enemy row by this unit's armor amount, then lose all armor. Gain 1 armor whenever a card appears on this row. Okay, so you deploy this first, deploy a bunch of other cards on its row, and then you use its ability to do all that gained armor as damage. And this recruit is going to cost us 250 gold, 2 recruits, and 50 wood. So we would recruit them as instructed. Yes, we are sure. So we now have one of those, and we add it to our deck. It's like just a matter of clicking on it. Okay, there we go. And now we can see what we've got. We've got Maeve, Lyrian Banners, Fortitude Tonics in our specials area, I guess. And then we have our sword treats. Reinhard Odo, Count Coldwell, War Wagons, Lyrian Arbalists, Lyrian Scythemen, Regiment Drummers, Wagenbergs. We have 2 of those now. Rivian Pikemen and Field Medics. Yes, we can now view and create new cards or return to the main game screen to continue your journey. We will just so we'll save the deck, and what we got here, you can take a look at other camp buildings, familiarize yourself with their functions. You can return to the main game stream to continue your journey. Well, let's have a look at what's in everything. So in the raw tent, we can view letters and maps you received so far, as well as keys and card fragments. The raw tent screen can also be accessed from the main game screen by pressing the knapsack icon. Okay, so this is where we get things like his little treasure map that we solved earlier. And then we get some like background plot and whatnot from the letters and reports. And over here, we have a mess tent, where we can talk to our companions, give them a bit of your time, and you may just learn a secret or 2. Who is this in the background? A Grey Rider, okay. And then apparently we just tapping out of the back of a wagon. Fair enough. I think we might leave that there. Do let me know if the 20-minute so first looks are too short. I have been feeling that for some of these games it might be too short for us to actually get a decent look. But at least this time we've had a chance to look at some of the movement around the map and the combat. On which note, I really, really don't like card battlers. This one at least feels tolerably okay. I've just never been a fan of that design, so your mileage may vary. The art is really nice. It's just in that cel-shaded style. The plot, well, we haven't had a chance to experience too much of that, but it is CD Projekt Red in the Witcher universe, so I can't imagine it's going to be crap. So we'll get. Hopefully, that's a presumptive plus for the plot. Combat is, I won't say it's bad because at least it's well executed, even if it's a style I don't like. So, and then the map that we move around, it just feels icky and clunky. But nonetheless, I think I will definitely come back and play more of this. So that's going to count as a massive tick mark, even though it seems to have some flaws in the combat and movement design. So thank you very much for joining us this far. If you have made it this far, do consider leaving a like on the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you next time for what should be the last video of the February Humble Look At, which will be Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. And we'll have a quick go over at the end of that, the month in review. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.